Awareness and emotional clarity. Have you ever felt like something invisible is draining your energy, making you act in ways you don't even recognize? That's your shadow energy at work, the part of you hide, deny, or suppress. But what if I told you that there's a way to know when it no longer controls you? And the moment you realize it, life starts feeling lighter, freer, and more aligned than ever before. Most people live their lives unaware of their shadow, the unconscious parts of themselves that shape decisions, reactions, and relationships. These are the hidden fears, doubts, insecurities, and unresolved emotions that silently dictate how we feel, think, and behave. When the shadow dominates, your energy is constantly scattered. You react without thinking, get triggered easily, and sometimes feel exhausted even after doing nothing physically strenuous. But the good news is, the moment your shadow loses its grip, everything shifts. Emotional clarity. One of the most noticeable signs that your shadow no longer dominates your energy is emotional clarity. Instead of being swept away by anger, jealousy, fear, or guilt, you observe these emotions with awareness. You recognize that they exist, understand why they arise, and respond consciously instead of reacting automatically. For example, imagine someone criticizes your work. In the past, your shadow might have pushed you to feel defensive, lash out, or doubt your abilities. But now you pause, reflect, and respond calmly, or choose not to react at all. That pause is emotional clarity. It's the space between stimulus and response that your shadow no longer controls. Self-awareness and reflection. Another sign is self-awareness. You begin noticing your patterns, triggers, and habits. You ask yourself questions like, why do I feel this way? Or is this my fear speaking, or my true self? This reflection is powerful. It helps you differentiate between the shadow-driven impulses and authentic desires. Energy ownership. Finally, when your shadow's grip loosens, you reclaim your energy. You stop giving it away to people, situations, or thoughts that don't serve you. You no longer carry the weight of unresolved emotions from the past or absorb other people's negativity. Your energy is yours again, and you feel lighter, more focused, and more present. Practical tips. Start journaling your emotions daily to notice patterns. Practice mindfulness meditation to observe your thoughts without judgment. Ask yourself, is this my shadow talking or my true self? Whenever you feel triggered, I remember a friend who used to get angry at small things, traffic, rude comments, even people's opinions online. Every time, she would carry that anger home, and it affected her sleep, relationships, and mood. Over time, she started noticing her triggers and reflecting, this anger isn't me, it's my shadow reacting. Slowly, her responses became conscious, calm, and deliberate. That's the moment the shadow lost its control over her energy. By developing emotional clarity, self-awareness, and energy ownership, you step into a space where your life isn't dictated by unconscious patterns anymore. You're no longer a passenger in your own life. You're the driver. Behavioral shifts and energy control. So, you've gained awareness, noticed emotional clarity, and started reclaiming your energy. But how can you tell that this isn't just temporary relief? The real proof is in your actions, your behavior, and the way you navigate life. Script. Behavioral shifts are one of the clearest signs that your shadow energy no longer dominates you. When the shadow loses control, your behavior starts reflecting your authentic self rather than unconscious fears or old patterns. Conscious decision. Making. You begin making choices based on who you truly are, not out of fear, guilt, or social pressure. Whether it's your career, relationships, or personal growth, your actions become aligned with your values and long-term goals. For instance, in the past, you might have stayed in a job you hated just because you were afraid of judgment or failure. Now, with the shadow's grip gone, you assess your needs, desires, and values, and make decisions that honor them. Handling conflict with awareness. Conflict used to feel like a battlefield when the shadow dominated. Arguments would escalate, grudges would form, and you might have felt drained or anxious for days. But now you respond differently. You observe the situation, recognize your triggers, and handle conflict with awareness. Instead of reacting emotionally, you communicate calmly and assertively. You no longer get entangled in unnecessary battles or power struggles. This is a major sign your shadow energy no longer controls you. Magnetic energy, another shift, is in your energy itself. When the shadow no longer dominates, your energy becomes magnetic. People are naturally drawn to you because you radiate authenticity, calmness, and confidence. You're not trying to prove anything, and that effortless energy is highly attractive and influential. Practical tips: practice pausing before reacting to triggers. Ask, is this shadowed, driven? Reflect on past behaviors. Are they fear-based or authentic? Spend time in environments that energize you, not drain you. Think of someone who always tried to please everyone, fearing judgment. They constantly said yes to tasks, favors, or obligations, even at the cost of their own peace. After shadow work, they learn to say no consciously, choose their priorities, and protect their energy. People noticed the change. Suddenly, they were calm, confident, and inspiring. That's a clear shift from shadow domination to energy ownership. Behavioral change is not just about avoiding negative actions. It's about intentionally acting in alignment with your highest self. Once this becomes habitual, your life feels smoother, lighter, and more fulfilling. Freedom, alignment, and mastery, the final proof that your shadow no longer dominates your energy. It's the freedom you feel, and the way life begins to flow effortlessly toward you. When your shadow is gone, you're not just surviving, you're thriving. Freedom is perhaps the most profound sign that your shadow energy has lost its control. Life feels lighter, choices feel easier, and you no longer carry the invisible weight of past fears, insecurities, or suppressed emotions. Self-mastery is a hallmark of shadow liberation. You can sit with discomfort, face challenges, and navigate life without being hijacked by unconscious reactions. You develop resilience, patience, and inner strength because your decisions are intentional, not reactive. Alignment with purpose: when your shadow is no longer in charge, your energy aligns with your true purpose. You pursue goals and activities that resonate deeply with you. Every action feels meaningful, and opportunities appear naturally because your energy is unclogged by fear or self-doubt. Emotional freedom: you feel emotionally free. Past traumas, regrets, or grudges no longer weigh you down. You experience relationships, work, and life situations from a place of wholeness instead of scarcity or neediness. Radiant energy: your energy becomes radiant. People sense your presence, and life seems to conspire in your favor. You are no longer reactive, anxious, or depleted. You are confident, empowered, and aligned. Practical tips: reflect on your daily energy. What drains you? What empowers you? Identify old shadow patterns and consciously replace them with empowered actions. Meditate on your purpose and visualize living free from shadow constraints. A client I worked with used to feel constantly anxious and overthink every decision. After doing deep shadow work and reclaiming her energy, she noticed freedom in her daily life. She could make bold choices at work, communicate authentically in relationships, and sleep peacefully at night. Her life had transformed. Her shadow no longer dictated her energy or actions. So if you're noticing calmness, clarity, intentionality, and freedom in your life, congratulations. You're stepping out of the shadow and into your full power. Keep observing, keep growing, and watch how life transforms when your energy truly belongs to you.